Chambers of the Black Hand.
So we're here. So we just have to find a parking spot.
We have to find a parking spot. So, Chambers of the Black Hand, we have to take a mask and something about the porous stone or something.
Yeah, you can't breathe or something. Got the mask?
Got the mask and closed-in shoes. So, let's go have a look. Okay, thank you. So there's 84 stairs I've got to go down.
Here she comes, down the stairs. It's a long way down.
84 stairs.
Just please take as many photos as you like. It's better without a flash. The light sandstone does reflect light back. Now the black hand part of it, it came about due to a directional sign up top, an old piece of tin painted black, cut in the shape of a hand with the finger pointing. There's been a hand there for 80 years, but the Opal field, it's roughly 117 years old, one of the earliest here. And that staircase you came down, well, that's 19 metres right to the bottom, and that's where you find your opal, in a sedimentary clay below this sandstone. Now Ron's mined off and on down there for 22 years. In that time, he made $1,000 a year mining. Not real productive, this one. I reckon you're the opal, looking at his artwork. But across the road, two Danish boys, Bill and Leo Meyer, they got buckets full. You can be right next to a multi-million-dollar claim and struggle, and I can put both hands up for that. I've been there and done it. Now, being in sandstone, there's no opal where we are, folks. This is 22 years of digging, carving and painting for a man who's never had an art lesson. Ron the artist was 11 years a Royal Marine. When he finished with the military, 6 years a deep sea diver off the Scottish coast on the oil rigs. When he was in a decompression chamber for endless hours, Ron had whittled wood with a knife, and that would have been practice. The very first carving, hand and welcome sign. Followed by the chains on either side of the doorway, and on the left side looking out, the Navy sword and rope military insignia. Now when Ron realised he could carve sandstone, folks, I think he went crazy. In 22 years, 800 carvings and paintings. He also put opals in the carving's eyes, but people were breaking them out, stealing them and doing damage.
Are you kidding me?
Now it's rusty nails and nobody wants those. And he put a little challenge out too for the kids and the young at heart. It's where's Wally behind you there, darling? Now Wally hides everywhere. We've even got an invisible one, and all you can see of that little man, he's hat glasses, walking stick and shoes. Now folks,
okay, thank you.
All this artwork, it started from boredom. Ron used to do the odd guided mine tour downstairs. He had this room dug out and nobody turned up one day. So he tried those carvings and couldn't stop. So let's head into the next room up there, folks. I'll tell you how Ron did it, what he used, and from there, you're free to wander about. Away you go, you're good. You just can't stop, Ron. Now folks, this sandstone, it's neat looking stuff. You know it eroded from the Great Dividing Range and as far away as Carnarvon Gorge in Queensland. The ridges, the hills you're on here, they were the bottom of a prehistoric riverbed running into the inland sea Australia had, the Eromanga Sea. When we mine for opal down below, we get freshwater fossils, whereas White Cliffs and Coober both being under the inland sea, they get saltwater stuff. Nobody lives underground at the ridge. If we tried to, our bedding would go mouldy, we'd end up sick from the moisture. It's too damp down here. Now we've got Hercules and Atlas, and it's taken Ron 10 hours each for those. Ron gets a picture from a computer or magazine, draws it on the wall and digs it out roughly with a little pick. Pick marks are up top. Serrated edge marks are everywhere down here, all made with a kitchen fork. But the carvings, they were carved out with an old Sheffield steel bone-handled butter knife, and after 22 years, the blade's getting a little on the shorter side. For a smooth finish, Ron's put a garden glove on, get a handful of dirt off the floor, give it a little rub. Well, he did that for 16 years. One day Ron found some steel wool and tried it. He threw the glove away. I won't call him a slow learner, folks. Ron might be 81 years old, but he served as a Royal Marine for 11 years. He's too tough looking and he's a lovely man. Folks, you take all tunnels. You walk from room to room. You do a loop and come in at the far end of the showroom. On the far side, 2 cinemas running guided mine tours and miners' yarns. When you get to the showroom though, help yourselves to a cup of tea or coffee. We don't mind if you make a cuppa, walk the opposite way, you'll see stuff you missed, or take a cuppa to the cinema room. Make yourselves at home. And if you've got any questions later on, please ask. I've been in the Ridge now for 54 years. I started mining when I was 15 with my father. If I don't have an answer for a question asked, I'll make it up and see if you catch me. Now folks, before you go, 2% of us get good opal, 10% struggle, the rest live in hope. Not a good average at all. I made up a poem for 2 boys I worked next to. One was an old schoolmate of mine. They blew a fair bit of money. Digging through the opal dirt looking for gems, hoping for a fortune so your struggle ends. Then when you find it, you go looking for more, and before you know it, you're stone broke bloody poor. And that's those 2 silly fools. You want another one?
Yeah, go for it.
There's a gemstone hidden beneath in the earth. It often varies as to its worth. For some are black and some are grey. Some have colours that dance and play, with reds and greens and royal blue. When in a harlequin pattern, now they're true blue. Men dig, they hope, dream and pray, always hoping to make it pay. It's a gemstone called opal. It's a gem from the past. And when you find it, oh, what a blast. Good on you folks. Enjoy his work, eh?
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, guys.
You will find out. Like this.
It was a lady, boundary rider's wife.
Yeah. What?
Look, when Lightning Ridge originally was in the corner of 4 major properties. There was a boundary rider and his family living out near the first shaft lookout on a different property, same down near the Opal Caravan Park. A gold prospector, Charles Nettleton, came wandering through looking for gold. Asked the lady out here to the west, do you know of any gold? She said, no. I went for a walk around the edge of the ridges and I found this in the gravel. It was opal with no colour. Well, Nettleton knew what it was. He'd been to White Cliffs before. He put some holes down out there, didn't do any good. He abandoned the area. He walked over to the east, and the story I was always given as a boy was that boundary riders boys had picked it up in the gravel as well, and they were using the round ones as marbles. They had colour, so the boundary rider and the gold prospector teamed up. They put some holes down, they found 8 pound weight worth of coloured opal, then walked to White Cliffs to sell it. They sold it for £15. £15 doesn't sound like a lot, but in 1903 it was.
Yeah.
White Cliffs miners saw what the men had, saw the potential, followed them back. So it all started thanks to ladies and kids.
Wow.
And £15 back in the day, that was months worth of work on a property wages wise.
Yeah.
So £15 was not too bad really.
Yeah.
But at today's prices, God knows what they gave away, eh?
Oh, true.
Yeah. All right, enjoy.
Yak. Little leprechaun.
God, his hands must be like steel, this guy's. Yeah. You've got to
I'd like to be
do
artistic.
something like that. But yeah.
So we're going to look for Where's Wally as well. Oh, this is Snake.
They help these mines up down tree posts.
This one must have taken a long time. Just look at the detail in the faces.
The lighting on this one. Oh, come down this way.
Okay.
Greg just love all this stuff.
Look at that. Princess Leia and Luke. Oh, look at that.
It's so cool down here.
It is. So it was 45 minutes to, 45. It was $45 each to go on this tour. And I think this is so well worth it. Okay, we're going into Egypt now. So every little nook and cranny's been used, and it's a different theme.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to get back up that way to the right.
Okay. Lucky they gave us a map to. So he's doing Shrek.
With the braces up the top.
We can't get in this section yet, I don't think.
No, it looks unstable.
I feel like I'm in Thailand now. I wonder what those drips are on it, whether it's moisture. So we've got Mother Teresa, Gandhi, and oh, what's his name? Yeah, sorry, can't remember. It's crazy that this is all just carved with a fork and a butter knife.
Yes, no idea. Imagine holding that chisel up all day.
Little meerkats. Still haven't found Wally. A Jungle Book. There's one for my grandson Adam. He thinks he's Spider-Man. Who's that one in the purple? I can't remember his name.
Phantom?
Yeah, that could. Oh, look up here.
Superman.
Look up here. It's a bird. It's a plane.
Can't take your eyes off anywhere, can you?
No. You do, and you're gonna miss it. And the Joker. Superman goes all the way down too. Just the detail in these faces. Look at that.
He's pretty good.
Look at the eyes in this guy.
Yeah.
John, look.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
It does get quite dusty down here, doesn't it? I'll back this from that way.
Is it? Okay. Bushranger. Sir Les Patterson, Steve Irwin, and here's old Rolf Harris in jail. Dame Edna. I've got the royal family, look. Diana, Charles.
The Beatles.
Pinocchio's nose grows bigger and bigger. This one's supposed to be Pauline Hanson, and I can tell because underneath, please explain, One Nation. Julia Gillard. Look at the size of that nose. Oh, Kevin Rudd there. Oh, look at Bob Hawke. And John Howard. Prince William and Kate.
Oh,
And their 3 kids.
oh, well, there you go.
That was the Terminator, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be back. That's cool, that one, the Beatles. I'm not sure who that is. There's a helicopter there.
Where's that name?
Where's the name?
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson. Clint Eastwood. Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife.
Okay, so this is his knife that he's done all the carvings with, and that just shows you how far he's worn that down from an original.
Oh, that's crazy. My mum's got those knives.
She has.
I think most people, either their mums or their grandparents, have all had them in their cupboards over the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. And he still uses
He
this
still
today?
uses this one today. He's coming back again at Easter. He was here last week, but he'll be back at Easter, and he's going to put Shane Warne in.
Oh,
So that'll be the next carving that little knife will be doing.
wow.
God. And just put the little opals in the handle.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's nice, hey? Yeah, that's
amazing.
just what he's done himself.
Wow.
And he's even got his name
His
in
name
it.
in there, yeah, and he's put his name on the other side as well into the phone handle.
It's done well with that knife though.
He has indeed, yes.
Butter
But that
knife.
just shows you how it sort of started, you know, in there one day having your lunch and then it's
Yeah.
like tinker, tinker, tinker. Because he is somebody that just cannot sit still. He does trout fishing. He's got a big kayak, so he goes out trout fishing. He plays golf 3 days a week.
Oh wow.
There's emu eggs in that other little room there, and he carves them sitting in front of the telly of a night time.
Didn't see those.
Yeah,
did
just
they?
in the next little room. Have
Okay.
a little peek. He's always on the go.
He's always
Yeah.
whittling type
Yeah.
thing.
Always on the go, bless him.
Wow.
And he's a lovely person. He's a very humble man, and he has not aged anything in the last 20 years. That photo, that big yellow, that was taken about 15 years ago. He's not changed from that photograph.
Wow.
Oh,
It
really?
just looks the same as that today. And he'll be 82 this year,
Oh,
and he's a very humble man.
and still going.
Just people will be
doing it
down
all.
here and they'll go, oh, Ron, credit to you. Oh, gee, you're so good, mate, or you're this, you know, and they'll be praising him, and he'll just go, oh, thank you, Ducky.
Oh.
He's such a humble
Wow.
person, and he's just not altered. He's a lovely person. Just,
Has he got family?
he has a daughter, and he has 3 grandchildren.
Okay.
And that's what he said. He said, I've got to get across to Perth. My daughter's coming over from England, and he'll only have a few days to visit with her. So he doesn't get to see her very often, and bringing the children over.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be before Easter. So hopefully he'll have pickies to show us next time.
Yeah.
he comes up. And he's covered a lot of topics, hasn't he?
He so has.
Okay, just such a
Yep.
a
Every
nice range
every
of
little
things.
cave you go into, it's something different.
Different.
Yep.
Yep.
Here's his emu eggs. If I can get a good film of that.
Now folks, we call this fluffy sandstone, as you can see why. But have a look at this stuff here. Very mixed up. Now that's called a blow, and they're formed from water being blown from below a hell of a long time ago. Sometimes all the way to the surface. There's the very edge of the blow, look at that. So I'm standing right in the middle where water has forced its way to the surface millions of years ago. And when we're working down below in the clay, you might be digging through with a jackhammer, and all of a sudden you'll get surface gravel. So as that water's been doing that, it's brought a bit of gravel back down with it. And most of the opal I've found in and around a blow because the ground was active. And a blow can be anywhere from as big as my little finger in diameter to 10 metres or more, depending on how much water was forced up in that spot. And there's no rhyme or reason to them. They can be everywhere and anywhere downstairs.
And it still happens or not
No.
anymore? Okay.
Not anymore, no. And we can sometimes tell where a blow is on the surface. You might drive around the fields,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden there's a patch of conglomerate ironstone jutting out of the ground. They have been lifted out of the gravel band and pushed to the surface.
That's a
So
good
it's
place
pretty
to
neat
go.
stuff.
That
They're a
is
good
awesome.
indicator. They don't all produce, but they're a good indicator for opal.
Awesome.
So there you go.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
We appreciate it.
Runs through this area. Over behind that stone camp you came through, the art gallery.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually got opal in it behind there. And it was discovered by a man named McNamara. So they called it the McNamara Band.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
which is how a lot of fields get their names, surnames,
goes sort of
nicknames,
right around
or
like
by
that.
whatever's laying around the area. Itchy and scratchy, crusties, T-bone, goulash. That's what they
That's
were
what
having
that-
for lunch that day, the goulash.
Okay.
And Allah's was named by a Turk. The mines department said, that new area has no name, what are you going to call it? Little Turk at the back of the crowd went, Allah will provide. But Allah provided everybody else, not the poor Turk. He got to name the field, and that's as good
And
as
that's
it
it.
got.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
All right.
He's got
All
something else.
right.
Good stuff.
Thank you, guys.
You're all right.
So give us a couple of weeks and you'll see this up.
No worries.
And-
Thanks for coming down.
Thank you so much.
Okay, back up these stairs.
Yeah, we did. Thank you.
Okay, I'm pooped walking up 84 stairs.
And they were steep steps,
And
very
they're,
steep.
and they're like all different sizes, weren't they?
Yeah.
So
So you got to work out as well as a tour.
as a tour, really informative young. Well, he was a young fellow at heart.
Probably our age, I suppose.
Yeah, you. I'm sure you've just watched him anyhow. Yeah, Chambers of the Black Hand, bloody brilliant.
Go there for sure.
Yeah, $45 each, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. 48,
But-
45.
Look, I reckon it was worth it. I had a ball in there.
Definitely worth it.
I could have stayed. Every turn you took, there was something different that you hadn't seen, and it was like, oh,
We probably missed a lot as well.
Yeah.
We were down there for an hour and a half.
I reckon we could have gone for longer if we took our time. Well, but that I felt like we were taking our time.
So it's 28 degrees up here at the moment. It's only early, but it was 17 degrees down there. It was like you were just in air conditioning. It was beautiful.
And it was really interesting because Peter, I think his name was, told us that in Lightning Ridge, unlike Cooper Pedy where they can live underground, Lightning Ridge they can't because it's too moist. And he said
Everything will just go mouldy.
everything will go mouldy.
And
So
you're breathing too much, like water.
yeah,
Air,
not air,
Water.
water and moisture.
Moisture.
So that was really interesting because it was so cool under there, but they can't live under there.
No, that's a real shame.
We hope you enjoyed that video. We really enjoyed going on that tour.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.
And we need more subscribers.
Yeah,
Spread
definitely.
the word.
Come on, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers.
Got to make it to 1,000.
Please, please, please. Thanks, guys. See ya.